This is a 6-mark question, and so when we go into this we need to be thinking about 6 marks worth of content. And in this question we've been really fortunate that they have told us exactly what they want us to include. So some substances are radioactive. This is just to set up the question. They may emit alpha or beta particles. Again, this is just setting up the question. Describe, not explain, the characteristics of alpha particles and beta particles. So describe is the key word there. It is saying, I don't want to know why these things happen, I just need to know what happens. And we've got our two things there, alpha particles and beta particles. So we know that in our answer we need to describe both alpha particles and beta particles. Just doing one or the other is not good enough. We've then been given even more clues as to what we're meant to put in our answer. We've been told we need to look at their structure, the penetration through air and other materials, and the deflection in an electric field. They've been really clear about what they want. Because let's think about this. 6 marks, 2 particles with 3 concepts each. So we need to be able to describe the structure of alpha particles, how they penetrate through air and other materials, and their deflection in an electric field, and then do the same for beta particles. The structure of an alpha particle is that of a helium nucleus. An alpha particle consists of 2 protons and 2 neutrons, nothing else. It does not have any electrons. The structure of the beta particle is that it is an electron, a high-speed electron. Alpha particles are very poorly penetrating. This means that they can only go a few centimeters in air. Alpha particles are absorbed by the skin, or you could say that they're absorbed by thin paper. They are weakly penetrating. Beta particles can penetrate several meters of air. They can pass through a thin metal plate and can travel further than alpha particles in air and further than alpha particles through other materials. Note here that you're allowed to compare between the two, as this would also gain you marks. When it comes to the deflection, you will need to talk about them in comparison to one another. Alpha particles and beta particles are deflected in opposite directions in an electric field. If you were asked to explain why this was, you would be able to say that this is because they are different charges, with the alpha particle being positively charged and the beta particle being negatively charged. However, as this is a describe question, you do not need to mention this. Beta particles are deflected more than alpha particles. Alpha particles have a greater charge than beta particles, but beta particles have much less mass. This is why the beta particles are deflected more than the alpha particles. So, here we have a model answer. This is not the only correct answer, but this is an answer that would gain you the full 6 marks. You'll note that in the structure, I've kept it really simple. I have talked about the structure of alpha particles, then beta particles, the penetration of alpha particles, then beta particles, then finally the deflection of both, noting that I've got to compare them to each other. This not only makes it easy for me to see that I've covered all the points, but makes it really clear for an examiner where my marks should be coming from.